2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Doris Burke. And we've got David Aldridge on the sideline. We'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers facing the Indiana Pacers. Both sides will try and push it on the fast break doors to get easy scores. Talk a bit about playing fast, but also playing with efficiency.
Well, you look no further than the Golden State Warriors, who, when they are playing with pace and out in transition and the threes are flying, it's electric and, frankly, almost unstoppable. But they walk that delicate line of playing fast without turning it over. You want to give these great players freedom, but within that freedom, they've got to make sure, okay, we've got to value the basketball, and yes, we can maybe turn it over 10 times per game, but we get north of 10, 15 turnovers, and that's going to put us in a little bit of a problematic situation.
Good analysis. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. On the perimeter, Smith and Hood. Love is the 4 with Thompson in the middle. And it's Sexton in at the point guard position. Here's Love, banked in off the glass. Love's got the opening bucket of the night here for Cleveland.
From the moment he entered the league, Kevin Love has been one of the top offensive rebounders in the NBA. Simply tenacious.
Now here's Collison. And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Shot clock at 5. Screen by Young. Shot off the pick. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Nate Mcmillan, Doris, a longtime coach in the NBA, has done his part in this Indiana Pacers rebuild.
Well, I think the first thing that Nate had to handle was the turmoil of the team after the Paul George deal, right? So he empowers a young core, and he deserves a ton of credit in the surprisingly good season the Pacers had.
Collison, Young trying to break free. Collison, no good.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Thaddeus Young.
Oh, guys, how good is Love at fighting through the contact to finish and score it?
Kevin Love might not put up the same numbers Doris he once did in Minnesota, but he is just as deadly a player.
And Kevin, he told us specifically that he can hang his hat on the number of straight finals he has gone to. And listen, he has become more and more comfortable in Cleveland and a consistent star presence for this team. Well, the Cleveland Cavaliers last year won by virtue of their offense. There were times when they're making that three-point shot that they simply could overwhelm people. And let's remember, they had LeBron James on their roster as well. And when you've got LeBron, you've got a chance.
Nice shot by McDermott.
Well, McDermott is working on that interior game because he has size and touch.
It's a pick by Love. Hill passes to Love. The dish now to Korver. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Korver's got his first points in this one. Pacers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. It's tipped. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. .35 seconds left in the first quarter. Osman kicks to Hill. Puts it up from 15. Goes back up. And there's the nice layup by Love. Love's got 7 points.
And you are going to pay every time you don't box out Love. He has a real nose for coming up with those offensive putbacks.
Holiday against Hill. The pass to Evans. And that one no good to start him off on the night. And so the first quarter is in the books. Cavaliers lead by 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Well, they are pounding away on the backboards. Every time that ball goes up, they are ready to go after it.
On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second. Nance is inside along with Love. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Osman in at the 2 spot. Pass to McDermott. 6 on the shot clock. Sabonis sets the pick for McDermott. That 3 off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 5.
Boy, Larry Nance Jr. showed last season he can be a productive starter. He has always been efficient and complements a lot of different players.
Yeah, he's always been a force inside. Love is a master on that low block, and there aren't many teams that have figured out a way to stop him.
Now here's McDermott. And here's Sabonis over Nance. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Well, for Larry Nance Jr., so much of what he brings Doris to a lineup is energy.
Right, Kev. He's an igniter, right? That hustle and coming up with timely plays is what he is known for.
Now, here's Clarkson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And the jam by Larry Nance.
The very definition of a high flyer. Larry Nance, my goodness.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Nance. Rodney Hood comes in for Kyle Korver. J.R. Smith's checked in for Jetty Osman. And it's Sexton in for Jordan Clarkson. The shot by Sexton, no good.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
Bogdanovich passes to Collison. He kicks it to Turner. Turner with the screen. To the inside. Lets lets it go from 14. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Cleveland gets called for the foul.
Well, the athleticism that Miles Turner brings to the center spot is quite remarkable. This guy, an exceptional player on both sides of the floor.
The Pacers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one misses.
I think Tyronn Lue, as a coach, one of the best qualities he has is his ability to manage the stars. Boy, has he done a great job of blending talents in Cleveland.
And the second free throw, good. And Doris for Ty Lue, he keeps the peace by keeping things fresh and new for his team.
Well, I like that last year he took the team to wine country in Napa in the middle of the season. Boy, that's a great way to bond as a team and break up the routine. Just one trick he's used to keep players at ease.
Now, here's Sexton. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Rodney Hood is always mindful of the shot clock. He doesn't panic under duress as that thing starts to dwindle.
Collison kicks to Turner.
And to me, throughout his career, Darren Collison has always been smart about shot selection, right? He is very choosy about when to call his own number, and that results in great shooting percentages for him year after year.
The first one falls.
And you can tell, to me, that Darren Collison's teammates respect him. This guy is such a solid floor general, and he'll embrace the opportunity to be a leader if you'll follow him.
David Nwaba is checked in for Smith. And both free throws good for Darren Collison.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Tries again. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
And how about the explosiveness of Sexton? A crafty floor general who is consistent in how hard he attacks the defense.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Oladipo. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. The Cavaliers pull it in. Love's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And so it's Cleveland in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, Kevin, let me let you catch your breath, but while you're doing that, what changes do you think are necessary in the second half?
See, to get the loose balls and be the tougher team, that's really it. I mean, if we do that, I feel like we'll be fine. We missed a layup, so if we convert those in the second half, we feel like we'll have the upper hand and we'll win the game.
All right, Kevin, get to the locker room. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. for the Cavaliers. Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Well, they're getting high percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They are definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
Well, my question is, who are their playmakers? We saw too much dribbling, too little ball movement, too few assists. Well, it's not rocket science. You don't have to have a degree in any kind of science. The best teams always have and always will be unselfish.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. And now the third quarter about to get going. Kevin Love really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Commissioner Adam Silver recently said there's nothing magical about 82 games. Doris, what do you read into that?
I read nothing more than the leadership that Adam Silver is about, and seems to me that the NBA is one of the most proactive professional sports leagues in the world. And by that I mean, Kevin, they will evaluate every aspect of their business. If they believe it's advantageous to make change, then they will go to their competition committee, they will go to their ownership committees, and they will make whatever change they believe is for the ultimate good of the game. And that's exactly what you'd hope for.
Personally, 82 games, in your opinion, what do you think?
You know what, Kevin, it can be a little bit of a grind, but there is money at stake, and obviously that's a difficult thing for owners to come up and over. The players would have to want to give some money back. So listen, 82 games is long, but what happens, I don't know.
Down low, it's Young and Turner. Filling out the wings, it's Oladipo and Bogdanovich. And it's Collison in at the point. They're the group for Nate McMillan starting the second half. For three, Smith sinks the triple. And the Cavaliers lead by 13.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
It's not often that you can land a franchise player via trade, but that's what the Pacers were able to do with Victor Oladipo.
And now the question becomes for Indiana, how do you build around Victor Oladipo, right? The front office has done a great job the last few seasons collecting talent. They continue to add shooting on the perimeter to help space the floor, and now you're starting to see some inside scoring threats develop. This is an interesting organization.
Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low, and with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
Indiana making some changes. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. Doug McDermott comes in for Bogdanovich. And Tyreke Evans subbed in for Oladipo. Then for the Cavaliers, Larry Nance is checked in for Love. Osman comes in for Hood, and it's Hill in for Sexton. Now here's Turner. Back to Sabonis. Just 5 on the clock. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Tyreke Evans.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
Here's Smith. It's back to Hill. Nance a screen on Collison. The drive by Hill. The second chance effort, and it's good on the way in. Nance has got the lead up to 13 now for the Cavs.
Don't you love guys who are willing to do the dirty work? Larry Nance's activity making him a factor on the rebounding aspect.
Now, here's Sabonis. Here's Turner. The rebound by Nance. Nance has got his 3rd rebound on the night. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his first foul. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. The screen from Thompson. The drive by Hill. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Hill's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, you have to admire how Hill gets open in pick and roll situations. So clever in these sets.
Holiday against Hill. Now Holiday, pass to Evans. Got it. Good job in the low post. Evans has got 4 points this quarter.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
And so it's Cleveland looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Boy, GA, how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Love is the 4 with Thompson in the middle. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Nwaba in at the 2.
Boy, a little indecisive. I think he wanted to kick it out, changed his mind, and ended up missing.
Of course, I'm sure you look at these players, evaluate who could make a possible head coach out of the group I'm watching right now. And I'm sure there are a couple players that come to mind for you.
Well, I think when you just talk basketball intellect, one of the first guys that comes to mind is Rajon Rondo. I mean, his insatiable appetite to watch film, to have complete understanding not only of the sets of his own team, but Rajon Rondo, when he's on the defensive end of the floor, as soon as a play is called, he will repeat it and basically tell the teammates, hey, look for this action here. So Rajon Rondo comes to mind. Someone like Andre Iguodala, who also is someone Steve Kerr has referred to as maybe the smartest player he's ever been around. Now, so much more to coaching than just basketball intellect. You've got to be willing to deal with the egos and things, and do these players want to do that? Who knows?
Here's Oladipo. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. The shot by Turner, no good.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
Love dishes to Hood. Back to Love. The feed to Sexton. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Well, there's no doubt. They're really clicking. What an amazing all-around effort to take a huge lead like this late in the game.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Indiana. Jetty Osman, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And the free throw, no good.
To me, one of the great strengths of this Pacers team is their depth. A year ago, 12 different players averaged double-digit minutes. So when you think about depth and unselfishness, they are at the very core of what this team does.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Cavaliers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kevin Love.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Bogdanovich, no luck.
Now, great look on that, just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
And the Pacers with possession here. 17-point game. Sinks the triple.
Well, this is where, over time, Darren Collison has gone from a decent threat from beyond the arc to a lethal one.
Sexton the pass to Thompson. Out to the right wing. Sexton kicks to Thompson.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
Yeah, Thompson not really the guy who's going to punish you consistently for sending him to the free throw line.
And he sinks the second. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Holiday. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.